so a baby was born in a hospital. Well, that's no big deal, is it? But the birth was very difficult. And the doctor believed that the baby wouldn't make it. He had a similar belief about the mother, but not quite as strong. So he asked the husband, if it comes down to it, which one should I say? And the husband was so taken aback. He said, my goodness, what would I do with a baby without a mother? That's my answer. Well, the doctor still believed that, okay, he could work on the mother, but the baby, no. But there was a nun in that hospital who believed that that baby could live. And so she stayed up all night giving artificial respiration with her hands to that baby until it began to breathe on its own. I know about this. I know all about this because that baby was me. That baby wasn't expected to live, so there was no name that was put on the birth certificate. It only said girl. So I don't want this to be serious, too solemn.
Too late.
Now I say that. Well, I just want to say that if you only have girl on your birth certificate, it's quite difficult to get a passport. You have to jump through a lot of hoops and prove to the authorities that you are who you say you are. And so I did all that. And I finally did get a passport. There were even people who had to verify that I was telling the truth. So yes, it took a long time, but I finally got one. But my point of telling the story in the first place was that belief is powerful. Belief can sometimes be like magic, that this nun believed that this baby would make it. Now, she not only helped herself in that belief, gave herself a blessing, but she gave one to me. That's what's so beautiful about it, that I am forever indebted to this woman who did that for me. A woman that I never knew, never will know. I just thank her. Thank her in my heart. Thank you. Because I like being here. This is good. So I also think then about the two boys that, well, the one that we prayed for 3 weeks ago, wasn't it? Jack. Jablonski, was that his name? But a few years before that, there was another boy that was injured in football, paralyzed from the injury. And that boy, a young man, didn't believe what the doctors told him. They said he'd never walk. Well, he is walking. With great difficulty, but he's walking, and he's in college now. And so now he is giving inspiration from his belief. He's giving it to another, Jack, who was paralyzed from a hockey incident. How beautiful is that? To give him hope that he can walk again too. A positive belief puts us in the realm of possibility. It was, I'm trying to think of her name, not Elizabeth Barrett Browning. Who was it that said, dwell in possibility? I should know that. I keep it right on my kitchen counter. I'll think of it later. Okay. And she said that when we dwell in possibility, when we live in that realm, we go beyond where we are now. We have opened the door, Patty, to a world world that we didn't even know. We have opened the door to possible things, to put ourselves in the place where, yes, I can achieve this that I desire. Dwell in the realm of possibility. If I were to ask, well, let's say if I would just name a topic, and I would say, what do you believe about that? Or what do you believe? What do you believe? And we would come up with all kinds of different beliefs about just one thing. You know, that's the way it's supposed to be, because we are all unique. We all come from different backgrounds, and yes, we all believe differently. But do we believe in good things? We have to examine our beliefs from time to time and say, what is it I truly believe? Because what I believe is determining what my life is. And so I ask this question today, what do you believe about yourself? I'm not going to go any further with that because in weeks to come, we're going to be talking about that. What do we believe about ourselves? But I will say, when I was a child, I spoke like a child. I reasoned like a child. I thought like a child. I believed like a child. But now I'm growing up. Not too growing up, I hope. Because we need to retain some of those childlike qualities. Some of those things that make us eager to learn, that keep us open, enthusiastic. But you know what? I don't believe in the Easter Bunny anymore. I used to. He believes in me. And you know, my dad made it so real for me that I truly believe there was one. And yes, he did believe in me because he left me all sorts of goodies. And I guess we could put Santa in that realm too. I don't believe in those things as real, but I believe in the spirit of them. So there are many things that we need to retain about our beliefs. I truly don't believe that we come to this place in life and we may have been raised in a certain way, and I say about the way I was believed to think about myself, that was okay. It was okay. I don't throw that all away. You know, I think of this, Eric Butterworth said this, because there are beliefs that people have. If you were raised in a certain religion, by golly, you better stay in that religion. And this is what Eric Butterworth says. A Lutheran born, a Lutheran bred, and when I die, a Lutheran dead. And we can laugh about that because being a Lutheran is wonderful. It's what I was. And I didn't throw all that away. I brought that with me. There's wisdom and joy and love in every religion. We need to keep what is the best of everything. So now let me go back to beliefs. They're powerful, they're magical. What happened last year when we were planning our spring fling? If you were on that team, then you know what happened. Because what we had in mind is that we were going to break even. That was our mindset. Well, we don't want to go in the hole. No, we're just going to break even. Oh, come on. So we set the goal at $6,000. That's how much profit we were going to have when we paid all the expenses. Did we do it? Yes, we exceeded it. I think we made 8. So this year, we're going to set our sights even higher. There's a belief system here that we have that we can do that. Of course we can do that. And then working together, putting all the positive beliefs together, how powerful and magical is that? Okay. But if we're going to talk about beliefs, then I think we have to talk about our minds. It is said that we are part of an infinite stream of divine intelligence, that we are one with boundless wisdom and love, and we can bring to ourselves all that we desire. We can make our lives easier, better. We can be more peaceful, more joyful. So what about this conscious mind of ours? That's the mind that we get to deal with every day. Thinking occurs in this mind. So we get to reason, we get to choose whatever it is that we think is right for us. And beliefs are established in this mind. Years ago, I had a friend who believed in the devil. This was very real to her. And this came from the religion of her parents, which had been passed on to her. So one day as we were talking, she said, "It disturbs me a lot to think that I have to fight with the devil every day." I said, "You do?" "Yes," she said, "I do. Because he tempts me. And I have to fight to keep my good place." I said, "How much time does that take out of your day?" "Oh," she said, "probably 4 hours on some days." I said, "You mean to tell me that you are taking 4 hours out of your precious day and you are spending it with a figment of your mind and your imagination?" "Oh, no, no," she said, "it's not a figment. He is absolutely real, and you better start believing in him too, or you will find yourself after your death that you will be in this place called hell and you will burn for all eternity." Can you see how powerful our beliefs can be and how they can take over our whole lives? Yes. Now, what if this woman had let go of that? Would her life have been different? Yes, of course it would have been. Yes. It would have been so different. But you see, we tend to cling to the old. We tend to not want to break with our beliefs. Why? Well, because it's uncomfortable if we have to do that. The old beliefs they're comfortable, they are familiar, and so it's too much work to change. Now, these old beliefs, this old story, flies in the face of what science and cosmology tell us. You see, this woman believed in a 3-tiered universe that doesn't even exist. Hell below and heaven above the sky. There is no such place. But because of our lack of knowledge, we all believed that at one point. Now we know better. But still, as I say, people cling to the old, outdated beliefs. But we need to know that there is a new story. There is a new cosmology. We need to let go of this old, outdated story. Some people have built their faith around that story. They have built their whole lives around that story. But it's not true. This new story, this new cosmology, we could call it a quantum, evolutionary, cosmological story. And we are a part of it. That's the neat thing, that we are included in this infinite stream of divine intelligence and boundless wisdom and love. We are. And science tells us, and here is something else. This man, I don't know if you ever read anything by him, I know some of you did. He's a mathematical cosmologist, Brian Swim. He spoke to us at a Unity convention years ago, and I can tell you that he changed a lot of my beliefs. So here's what he said in essence. That whatever gave birth to this universe 15 billion years ago is still giving birth. With every interaction that you and I have with this universe, we are creating. We are giving birth to new things. We say that we stand on holy ground. Yes, we do. Because we are in that place of power. We are rooted in that very energy that brought forth everything. Now, Brian Swim says that even today, we are very young in our understanding. We are very inadequate in so many ways of understanding this truth, this marvelous, magnificent truth that goes so far beyond us. But he said we have made a profound discovery that each of us stands in that place of power. That's a discovery that has been made, that we are included in this universe, included in that divine energy. So he calls it the upwelling of the universe, and says that it is this upwelling. We see it as the trees, the flowers, the stars, and we see it as ourselves. It is you and it is me. He also says that the universe is surging into existence at all times. It's expanding. And it calls us to expand. That's what energy does. It wants to expand. And so this surging that the universe has to make all things new is also that surging or urging that you and I feel within ourselves to keep going, to keep creating, to make things new in our lives. That is the new cosmology, the new story. And we all need to know it. Now we go to our conscious mind then, again, just a brief moment, to say that yes, it is that part of our mind. We don't have two minds, we have one, but the phase of the conscious is that thinking, reasoning, making decisions, and establishing beliefs. But there's a chief function there, and it is also to be the watchman at the gate to our subconscious. Because the conscious mind must make sure if we are going to live a good, peaceful, joyful, Christ-filled life, then the conscious mind must make sure that nothing untrue, nothing false, nothing negative is allowed into the subconscious. Because the subconscious will do everything. It will just do everything to make true what we put into it. The subconscious has enormous power. It never rests, it never sleeps. It's always on the job, and it knows the answer to all your questions. The subconscious inspires us, it guides us. It's a storehouse of memory so that we are able to recall. I find that right there just a miracle, that I can recall. Not so good sometimes, but I truly can recall things that have happened to me years and years and years ago, and things that happened yesterday. And they have changed my life, some of these things. So this storehouse of memory is very valuable to us. The subconscious mind also controls all the processes and the functions of our body. We don't even have to think about beating our heart. If we did, we'd be in trouble. Well, we got that going now. Oh, now we have to make the lungs go in and out. And then by the time we got everything going, the heart would stop and we'd be fallen over. We can't do this by ourselves. But the subconscious does that for us. It puts us in that point, places us in that point of omnipotence that we are part of. We are part of the power that moves this world, that keeps the stars, the planets in line, and that makes the sun to shine. I think you get the idea what a great power this really is. And it is ours to use. Ours to use. Every day of our lives, we are writing the story of our lives, the book of our lives. And what are we writing in it? Because whatever we write in that book, the subconscious will make it come true. I got to think about my friend when I was putting together this talk. And I got to think of that old outdated story and how everything in that story is outside. Where's hell? It's out there. Where's heaven? It's out there. Where's God and the devil? They're out there. And all my friend ever knew about herself was that she was full of sin. And from that belief came all the other beliefs that established her faith. I don't want to have faith in sin. I want to have faith in love. Thank you, Lisa. I want to have faith in this infinite intelligence that flows through me and through everybody. I want to be a part of the universe, and I am. Remember that beautiful poem, I am the child of the universe, and I belong here. We all belong here, and we all have a lot to do. I'm going to ask you to just look around in the place where you live and just notice that the majority of humanity lives in the outside world. Most people don't know anything about what goes on in the inside world. They don't understand that every thought, every feeling, every image that we make in our minds determines our lives. I know that we understand that. But we come here to be reminded. We come here to connect again with that great truth. So that what we are thinking about, feeling about, making pictures about today, we are creating our tomorrow. In the Bible, it says to us what we are to think about. It's found in Philippians, I think it's the 4th chapter. Whatsoever things are good, whatsoever things are just and honest, whatsoever things are lovely and pure, whatsoever things are of good report, think on these things. If there is any virtue, if there is anything to praise, think on these things. So I would like for you to think of your life as a garden. It's a garden. And you are planting seed thoughts in that garden every day, every moment. You're the gardener. And you get to choose whatever thoughts you're going to put in this garden of life. Because what you choose to put in there, that's going to be the harvest that you reap. So doesn't it behoove us all to start putting some very good thoughts in there? I think so. To have love for ourselves, to have love for others? Absolutely, yes. Yes. The law of life is the law of belief. The law of life is the law of belief. What you believe, that determines what your life will be. So do not believe in harm to yourself or to anyone. Do not believe that you are here to avenge or to punish or to do anything like that. That's not why we're here. We are here to establish a belief in our minds, in the subconscious, that we are here to prosper, to help others, that we are here not to convert others, I don't mean that, but just to assist with our own love, that's all. That in this subconscious mind we have all the power that we need to inspire us, to inspire others. And here's one thing I would like to have you remember today. According to your belief, it is done unto you.